The ambassador was no larger than Sarah's thumb. Commander Sarah Chen leaned forward in her chair aboard the UNSC Tenacity, studying the holographic projection that magnified the tiny creature to a more conversable size. The Clethon representative stood on the conference table, its crystalline exoskeleton refracting the ship's lighting into 1,000 tiny rainbows. "Let me understand this correctly," Sarah said, her voice measured. "The Vortan Collective, the Resh Empire, and the Xanth Republic have formed an alliance to exterminate your species because you occupy a planet rich in gravitonium deposits?" "Correct, Commander," the Clethon ambassador replied, its voice synthesized through the translation matrix to something resembling wind chimes. "We are small. Our technology is advanced, but our weapons are scaled to our size. Against species your height, we are insects to be swept aside. They come in 6 cycles. We will be extinct in 7. Wyatt Morrison, Sarah's tactical officer, pulled up stellar charts on his datapad. "Ma'am, those 3 powers combined control 72 systems. They have fleets numbering in the thousands. The Clethon homeworld is strategically positioned, but their entire military couldn't take down a single frigate of ours, let alone—" "We're not abandoning them," Sarah interrupted. Wyatt blinked. "I wasn't suggesting we abandon them, Commander. I was pointing out the odds." Sarah smiled grimly. "Since when have humans cared about odds?" She turned back to the tiny ambassador. "Your people helped evacuate the Mars colonies during the Cascade event. Humanity doesn't forget its debts. You'll have our protection." The ambassador's antennae quivered with what the translation software interpreted as shock. "You would risk war with 3 galactic powers, for us?" "Yes. But why?" Sarah stood, her chair scraping against the deck. "Because someone needs to teach the galaxy a lesson it keeps forgetting. Size doesn't matter. It's about what you do with what you've got." 6 cycles became 5. 5 became 4. The Xanth Republic arrived first, their massive dreadnoughts dropping out of hyperspace like metal gods descending on a helpless world. Admiral Kretch watched the tactical displays with satisfaction. The Clethon planet hung before them, blue and green and utterly defenseless. "Begin bombardment," he ordered. "Eliminate all surface." "Admiral, we're detecting a gravity well disruption." A single human ship materialized between the Xanth fleet and the planet. It was small by dreadnought standards, barely a heavy cruiser. The Tenacity hung in space like a defiant gesture. Kretch's mandibles clicked in amusement. "One ship. Have the humans gone mad?" Sarah's face appeared on every screen in the Xanth fleet simultaneously. "This is Commander Sarah Chen of the United Nations Space Command. You are in violation of Galactic Compact Article 7, Section 3, the attempted genocide of a sentient species. Withdraw immediately or be engaged." Kretch's laughter boomed through the bridge. "You cannot be serious, human. We are 47 capital ships to your 1. We will—" "You'll what?" Sarah's eyes were cold. "You'll attack a species that can't fight back because you want their minerals? You know what we call that where I'm from? We call that being a bully. And humans? We really hate bullies." The Tenacity powered up every weapon system. "Last chance," Sarah said. "Leave." Kretch terminated the transmission and gave the order to fire. That was his last mistake. The thing about human military doctrine that the galaxy consistently failed to understand was its foundation in asymmetrical warfare. Humanity had cut its teeth fighting itself for millennia. Guerrilla tactics, insurgencies, David versus Goliath scenarios played out across 100 different cultures and 1,000 different conflicts. The Tenacity didn't fight fair. Wyatt's fingers danced across his console as Sarah called out orders with machine precision. Missile pods deployed. Each warhead containing not explosives, but billions of nanodrones programmed with targeting algorithms that would make a Clethon engineer weep with joy. Point defense lasers became offensive weapons, their precision allowing them to strike reactor coolant lines from across thousands of kilometers. The Xanth fleet's formation, designed for overwhelming firepower against stationary targets, became a liability. Ships collided trying to bring weapons to bear on the maddeningly agile human vessel. Dreadnoughts destroyed each other with friendly fire, their tactical computers unable to compensate for the Tenacity's erratic attack vectors. Within an hour, 17 Xanth ships were crippled. Within 2, Admiral Kretsch surrendered. The Vortan Collective and HFY Empire arrived together, having learned of the Xanth defeat. They came with 140 ships, careful formations, and absolute confidence. They found 63 human vessels waiting for them. Sarah had called in favors. Every human captain within range who remembered the Clethon rescue during the Mars crisis answered. Mining ships equipped with military-grade railguns, colony transports carrying enough missiles to level a moon. Even a museum piece, the Yamato, humanity's first faster-than-light vessel, crewed by veterans who'd fought in the contact wars. But more importantly, they brought the Clethon into the fight properly. "You want to know why we fight for them?" Sarah broadcast to the combined enemy fleet. "It's because they're brilliant. Watch." The Clethon revealed their technology, scaled up through human manufacturing, gravitational harpoons that could crush a ship's superstructure, crystalline computer viruses that infiltrated enemy systems at the quantum level, and weapons that manipulated fundamental forces in ways humanity was only beginning to understand. The battle lasted 3 days. When it ended, the Vortan Collective and HFY Empire sued for peace. The treaty was simple. The Clethon homeworld was to be left alone, forever, guaranteed by humanity. In the victory celebration aboard the Tenacity, the Clethon ambassador approached Sarah. Around them, both species mingled, humans careful not to step on their tiny allies, Clethon constructing scaffolding so they could converse at eye level. "Why did you really do this, Commander?" the ambassador asked. "The truth." Sarah picked up a glass and took a sip. Considering. Wyatt stood beside her, equally curious. "Because," she finally said, "humanity spent most of its history being told we were too small, too weak, too divided to matter. We were apes on a backwater planet that barely made it to space, and we got tired of being underestimated." She smiled down at the tiny ambassador. "When we see someone else getting the same treatment, we take it personally." The ambassador's antennae quivered in understanding. "Then we are fortunate humanity is as stubborn as it is small." "Small?" Wyatt laughed. "Ambassador, we're 2 meters tall." "Yes," the Clethon replied. "Exactly. In a galaxy of giants, you're practically microscopic. Perhaps that's why you understand us." Sarah raised her glass in a toast. "To the small species of the galaxy, may we always stand tall." Across 3 star systems, the message was received. Underestimate humanity at your peril. Size, after all, was just a matter of perspective.